Hello everybody, welcome to the Dumpy Day on Bitcoin Daily 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do show every day 9 a.m. Central European Time because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins and everything else. We are getting really close to that 9 a.m. on the dollar, but we're still missing it a little bit, but there is that. Garrett, how you doing? Gort, what's up? Selvi, Julius, morning, Eric, just in time. Everybody, welcome to the Bitcoin Daily. And I didn't realize I was in Atom short. I forgot that I had a short. How could you forget your trades, man? That means that you're either over trading or you are doing something wrong. Guys, very important day tomorrow. CPI numbers coming out, core inflation coming out. There will be volatility tomorrow. Right now, the Bitcoin doesn't look that good. So, what we're going to do right now is just look a little bit on what stock market is doing, a DXY, core inflation number, what we can expect and not expect. And what Bitcoin is doing right now. Right now you can see here on 1 hourly we are having a little dumpy over here candle. This candle up here went from being up a little bit to down 0.6. So it went from green numbers to red numbers right now. But we're gonna show very important levels that needs to be broken before we actually dump big time towards the downside. So where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with the CPI numbers tomorrow, Tuesday, February the 14th. On the Valentine's Day itself, we are getting inflation rate numbers year on year, and we are getting core inflation rate year on year. You can see they put it in red up here because they want everybody to watch these numbers and pump the market or dump the market, stuff like that, right? So inflation rate right now is at previous is at 6.5, but consensus is that it's gonna go down to 6.2, and the forecast is 6.3. So anything worse than that, and the market is gonna dump. Anything better than that, and it's gonna be a big pumpy day. Core inflation rate right now is standing at 5.7. They're still thinking it's gonna go down to 5.5 consensus, but forecast is 5.4. So again, they believing that the numbers should be better than they are. Big question is whether that's gonna be the case or not. I am still on a bandwagon where that says that the unemployment rate is bogus. It's what do you say? They're fiddling with the numbers when it comes to unemployment. When it comes to inflation, I mean everything is getting expensive. I see all the time that business here in Norway they are increasing prices. I've seen businesses not hiring. I've seen businesses laying off people. I'm seeing businesses in trouble. I'm seeing people not going out and spending money. So I really don't know. Bro, I thought I canceled it. I'm guessing you're doing something wrong, man. You're doing something wrong. Good morning, XRP Legends. So those are the big numbers for tomorrow. Inflation and core inflation rate. Both numbers are important, not just one number, not just CPI numbers. Both numbers are important. I remember not so long ago we had good inflation rate number, but for some reason we dumped and people are saying that core inflation rate was bad. So there is that. But right now it does look like both consensus and the forecast is better than what this is right now. So we can expect some good numbers. Now take into consideration that whether the market goes up or down, they will always find some kind of other reason for why this pumped or dumped. So there is that. Everyone bearish, the CPI will be bullish. That's my guess. The higher inflation rate, the more we dump to. So we're gonna see. But we are already dumping right now over here. Right now we are down 0.34%. In the just last hour, we are down 0.76%. Now let me show you a couple of nice lines up here on the chart. Now we can start talking about Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? We have this move towards the downside over here, give or take. Maybe something like this over here. Yeah, let's just put it like this over here. Nice line. So after we came towards the downside, we started doing this exhaustion pattern up here towards the downside. We started it was actually going like this over here, at least one of these lines. We broke that, retest that line, we start climbing towards the upside up here. Then we had right now the secondary uptrend up here that went something like this over here. This was actually a rising wedge. I was posting yesterday like crazy on Twitter because I had nothing better to do. And I think something like this over here. Yeah, that is it. We had some kind of rising wedge up here on the outside. You can see this fake out towards the upside. I call this a formal move. Formal move. It is in play. The reason I was calling this a formal move is because we have a rising wedge in a very bearish trend. So it is very hard for this to break towards upside and go towards upside. And these rising wedges do tend to break towards upside if you are in some kind of bullish trend or you're bullish or stuff like that, right? You can be bearish and then break and become super bullish, but we are in a strong bearish trend up here. So I was thinking this is definitely going to break down. And this breakdown yesterday below the entire wedge, retest that once, retest 2 times, retest 3 times, and right now it's going towards the downside. We have some kind of support up here, and we're going to see that this line over here is also important, might be a little bit adjusted, but if you look here on the 4-hourly time frame, let's move every line. I would say that these 2 levels down here are very strongly important levels. 21,662, 21,625, so basically 21,6. You go between below these levels down here. I'm seeing definitely more dump towards the downside over here. You can also see here that we got rejected by the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly, got rejected by the 200 moving average, got rejected by the 200 moving average. We got rejected 3 times by the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. Right now we are losing strength and pushing towards the downside, so I'm thinking that this is still continuing towards downside at least until tomorrow's CPI numbers. I'm a little bit unsure what's going to happen there, but 21.6 up here, give or take. These 2 levels on the downside, those are very important levels. So when we start breaking those things towards downside, a little bit of dumpy might actually come. Now there is one more line up here that's very nice, because we had this this pivot point down here on the bottom after this green candle. Now we can use this or this one up here. I'm a little bit unsure which one to use. Let me see up here. This one not so nice, this one a little bit better. Let's use this one down here, because it's a week. Let's see up here how this looks on the 4-hourly, give or take. And you can see we have also a trend line up here that is a little bit important right now, and it also corresponds with the same level, 21.6. so some kind of confluence is there right now, and I'm assuming if we start breaking this towards downside, we're gonna continue dumping towards downside. The moves towards the upside up here, we had the green candle up here. We tried climbing up to something to like 22k up here on the daily time frame with a nice move towards the upside, but every single move was so slow. It was so hard, it was so weak. Every single move felt like some kind of formal move that's gonna pump, but they never pump. And I was just assuming these kind of moves up here, because oftentimes once you break certain resistance level, you should be bullish by by definition. But when price doesn't pump after breaking resistance level, you gotta ask yourself, hey, what's up? But on the downside, when you break the support levels, it's kind of dumps immediately. So there was this, of course, this rising wedge up here. There was this rising wedge up here. Where was it? Up here, give or take. There was this rising wedge up here, right? And what happened up here is that the price broke towards the upside, but I did not see any pumping, guys. I did not see any pumping. And up here, I was, I was pretty confident that this needs to turn back down again and go towards the downside, because oftentimes when you break these, rising wedges towards the upside, you kind of see pumps. There was no pump up here. We hit this, 200 moving average on 30 minutes time frame, stuff like that. And we went down, but right now it does look weak. We tried coming up here, we tried coming retesting, we tried coming secondary retest up here, failed. Right now pulling down. I'm pretty confident that this is gonna go towards downside. So the way I see it right now, short positions are in order until CPI numbers tomorrow, and we're gonna see that this can of course continue just ranging up here for whatever reason. It doesn't have to break down, it doesn't have to break up, it can break up, it can break down, it can just range. But these numbers tomorrow are important, so how this is gonna play out a little bit, shit to say. But it, the price is still strongly bearish towards the downside, unfortunately for everybody. That said, DXY right now is it went inside this. DXY went inside this rising wedge up here. This on 30 minutes time frame, yeah, 30 minutes time, small time frame, rising wedge. We have actually, where was it? Up here somewhere, 13 February, Monday. Yeah, I think we closed up here somewhere or something like that, and then we still continue inside this rising wedge. Right now we broke that towards the upside. We got a couple of important support levels down here when it comes to DXY, and you know, we are, because DXY is a little bit bullish, so bounces can definitely come, you know, and this is only 30 minutes rising wedge, so some kind of pullback I'm expecting over here, but not actually much, not actually much. If you look at a little bit bigger picture up here on some kind of daily time frame, something like that, what you're gonna see on the daily time frame is that we came to some kind of bottom down here, did a nice spring towards the upside up here, very nicely, hit this 50 moving average, hugged the 50 moving average, went back down to 10-20 moving average and downside down here, retested those levels, you know, climbed above the 50 moving average, and right now we are sitting above the moving average. So big time frames, although in the short term, you know, this 30 minutes time frame might show some kind of, you know, rising wedge pullback, this looks still strongly bullish on the daily time frame up here, especially nice, you know, this hugging and then, you know, retest and then break above the 50 moving average. So I have absolutely no reason to believe that this is gonna, you know, for some reason just, you know, dump towards the downside. I think this is, you know, still continuing towards the upside. If that is the case, the S&P 500 of course might pull back more towards the downside over here. Let's see up here. It's already starting pulling a little bit back towards downside. We got some kind of nice lines up here on the chart when it comes to S&P 500. You know, there was this expanding musical instrument. There is this, you know, support trend line that's holding us to, you know, towards upside. So you breaking this towards downside, you also start breaking all the moving averages just on daily time frame. There was also this triangle up here that we are right now actually holding. And let me just show you the triangle up here. It's not this line up here, it's not that line, it's not that line. The triangle goes something like this up here, I think. There we go. It's a symmetrical triangle, at least from, you know, my take, you know, how it should be. And right now we are hitting that support level over here, so we are still not back inside the triangle. And in a bigger time frame up here, sorry, in a bigger expanding musical instrument, we're still above it. So everything looks like, you know, it's kind of okay, but you know, you never know. Even the Dow Jones looks like it's okay because it just consolidated. You know, it had this random move up here, started doing this, you know, move inside this triangle, but it's not out of the triangle yet. It's not out of the triangle yet. S&P hasn't broken down yet. There was a rising wedge up here that you know, broke towards downside over here. There was a small rising wedge, so you know, the move towards downside is very normal, but these big patterns up here, they're not broken yet. So we are outside of this expanding musical instrument. There is the triangle up here that we are right now retesting on the bottom down here, and you know, DXY up here is still not outside of this triangle that's creating right now. And Nasdaq up here as well, it is above this, you know, line up here. There was this channel up here that, you know, tried to break up, and right now it's broken towards the downside. So could we have a still move towards downside? Yes, but we are still not back inside this big you know, I don't know what it called, this expanding musical instrument or some kind of triangle up here towards the downside, but we'll see. So although, you know, we are moving towards the outside, although DXY is moving a little bit towards the outside, we have not broken, you know, some kind of critical levels on that. And over here, you know, right now the Bitcoin is kind of moving, you know, slowly below the support lines, you know, trying to get back up here again. And you know, maybe it's doing some kind of head and shoulders pattern up here where it's going to try to break up again towards the upside. We're gonna see that, but it is below the support lines, and it needs to, you know, get back up here. I would assume if it does get back above the this rising wedge towards the upside up here somehow, I don't know, because you can see up here we tried to break up, nope, failed that, went down, but we are still not dumping towards the downside. So I will assume that, you know, the range should be below the support line up here, and you know, somewhere down here, right? I should expect it, you know, this range over here. But if the price for some reason, you know, just, you know, manages to, you know, pump up here above the resistance line up here, above these levels up here again, I would expect that to be a very bullish move, and you know, we might see some kind of continuation towards the upside up here. Maybe, you know, 50 moving average up here towards the upside, something like 22.5. There's also these 22.6, 22.7 levels up here on the daily time frame. Where is it? 22.7 levels up here towards the upside. So you know, how much we can actually pump, that kind of depends. But what we need to see from Bitcoin doing is getting big move above the triangle over here towards the upside, and first then we'll decide, you know, what's gonna do. Everyone bearish, the CPI will be bullish, that's my guess. The higher inflation rate, the more we dump to. Everyone bears the CPI with bullish. I don't understand that. Is the pricing in the CPI, hopefully it quickly goes down to support around times gets announced. Good morning, Dutch Ring Racing, what's up? It should settle near support just before the numbers. S&P chart very bullish. I won't say very bullish, but it's not very bearish either, you know. It just so and so. It just so and so. S-Milo, how you doing, man? It just so and so. So I'm a little bit unsure. We can also, you know, do some, you know, thought experiment when it comes to CPI numbers. Let's say the numbers are very, very bullish. Let's say for whatever reason the numbers are very, very bullish. Should we expect a pump? I mean, technically we should, but if everyone expects a pump, shouldn't it dump? Right? And we are also in this strong bearish trend on a little bit bigger time frames up here, right? So let's see up here. We are actually coming down to this 20 moving average. The 20 moving average, you know, over here, when we came down to, you know, 21.7, we are way, you know, above the 20.9 up here, right? But right now you can see the 20 point, you know, this 10 moving average is going up, and right now the 20 moving average is sitting at 20.4. So there is a good chance for a bounce over here, guys. There is a good chance for a maybe go down to 21.4, something like that, and then bounce off of that level. I didn't even see that. Oh, sorry, this is 2-day time frame. This 2-day time frame doesn't matter. 2-day time frame might also bounce us up here. So we got at least something. Let's see 3-day time frame. A lot of people are watching 3-day time frame. Now we're just below. So this is only the initial move towards the downside. This is right now consolidating. And the way I would like this actually to play out is if you're gonna go down, there will be move, and then we will know, okay, this is a better trend. But if it managed to bounce up here above, you know, 21, 22.7, 22.8 or something like that, that's very strongly bullish. I'm a little bit unsure. I think we need to wait and see what's gonna happen tomorrow. I see more price development on the move. Consolidations are always nice for, you know, putting longs and short positions over here, just like over here. But we gotta ask ourselves, is this distribution or accumulation, or what is this up here, right? I would say that this is you know, I would say this is TP1, you know, first target profit taking level, because there have been a lot of people, you know, shorting up here and longing, but, you know, shorting. So right now that the first move is done towards downside, I would say a lot of people are taking profits over here. But the big question is this done? Is this done? Is this enough for us to reverse and continue towards upside? Is this once, you know, the people up here, you know, started, you know, profit taking, maybe they are already done, you know, taking profits and putting in new position and stuff like that, right? Turning around, you know, closing the shorts, opening longs, you know, and then we go towards upside. But is this enough? Could this be one of these moves that we did before over here, where we went up here, broke towards downside, consolidated, and then right back up again? If that is the case, this move up here should go above the resistance up here somewhere. It should be a big move up here above, you know, 25, 26k. So there is that. I also want to do another video on the 2014 bottom, and I'll probably make a short video on YouTube, just, you know, explaining what my thoughts about it, because I saw that CTO Larsen did the Wyckoff accumulation phase on the bottom, explaining how that works right now. And Ivan Atek was actually quoting him, and they were talking about it. But, you know, I got my own thoughts about, you know, how that might work out and what might happen and not happen. So, you know, maybe there will be a video, you know, a short video about explaining my thoughts about that. But I'm not really in the mood going back to 2014 right now. Too far into the future, guys. Too far into the future. So that's all you have to know. The balloons in USA. In USA right now, you know, aliens, not so much. They started as balloons, and China said, you know, that those are our balloons. Everybody knew, you know, whose balloons it were. So it was Chinese balloons. America was shooting the Chinese balloons. Everybody was happy and nice, and suddenly it's aliens. And suddenly, you know, the US is like, you know, it's an object. We don't know how it stays in the air, because, you know, it's not, you know, we cannot no longer call it a balloon. So aliens, guys, aliens. You know, so will aliens dump us towards downside? I don't think so. If it is something, I don't think it's gonna be aliens. At least not right now. I think it's supposed to be bearish. Another Bratko. Certainly support just before numbers. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. There might be, you know, nice buying over here happening right now, trying to push the price higher. This might be some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern maybe. I mean, it is you know, kind of, you know, wacky up here, but needs to go back below these levels up here again. So it doesn't look like, you know, a regular head and shoulders pattern. There is that. Okay, guys, that's what aliens, next black swan. Yeah, it might be. You'd be surprised how many people believe in aliens. How many people will believe in aliens if something happens, guys? Just saying. Guys, thank you for stopping by. That's Bitcoin Daily. I'm gonna go look at the charts, figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna long or short. I think, you know, it is, you know, if I'm gonna short, you know, I need some kind of pullback. Altcoins are also bleeding. Take note of that, guys. Altcoins are bleeding big time, and that means that, you know, when Bitcoin's going down like 1% and altcoins going down like 2 to 4%, it is a real move. It is a real move, I think, because oftentimes I've seen Bitcoin, you know, dropping down 2%, and altcoins are, you know, almost in green. You know, 0.5% down, something like that. That's kind of fake move. That's one of the good indications to know that Bitcoin is not actually, you know, that weak. They have to exist, but not on current news. It's funny. It's funny. The things they do to us, man. The things they do to us. Guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll go more into conspiracy alien stuff next time, next stream. I'll see you around, guys. Bye bye.